My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
Welcome back to Cadillac for CCTV and 26 Sports presentation of high school basketball. We got a good one going here, Jay. Brought to you by High Point Cadillac, GMC, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire. Petoskey in that third quarter opened up an 11-point lead again, but Cadillac chipping away, refusing to go away, closing it to 6 at the end of the third.
Yeah, and Callie Polis, a big part of that 4 points in that quarter as the Vikings stayed within shouting distance. We saw just a smidge of what the Emmington sisters are capable of in terms of applying pressure up top. Makes me wonder if we might see a little bit more of that double teaming of the Northmen ball handlers here in the fourth as they trail by 6 coming into this one.
Yeah, towards the end of the third there, they started to put a little full court pressure on them as number 13, Megan Colt, misses a bunny, but Petoskey gets the ball back, setting up the offense top of the key.
Somehow Megan Culp able to split the defense without traveling. I'm not sure how that happened. It was impressive.
Anderson dribbles baseline around a couple of Vikings. Just off the mark, Christensen pulls down the board.
That was a nice blow-by Anderson, showing some wheels. Just unable to convert on the opposite side.
Cadillac staring down a sagging 2-3 zone for Petoskey, just sandwiching Christensen all night. See what Coach Johns can dial up here. Emmington on the wing over to Polis down low. Skip pass to Hope.
Yeah, that's pretty much the ultimate indication that we don't respect your ability to shoot. Sagging 2-3, we're going to put 3 blue shirts on your best player down low, and we're going to make you beat us from outside. John's been doing a great job of closing out, too, Kevin.
Absolutely. Johns with a left-handed shot, splits a couple of Petoskey Northmen and gets a lefty from about 12 feet. Nice shot.
That is not easy. That is not easy. Is that Caden Dennis again with the loose ball down low there?
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Here's some of that full-court pressure we were talking about from Cadillac, trying to mix up the tempo a little bit and not let Petoskey get in their offense. Petoskey does a good job breaking that pressure. Sarah Lewis running the point.
Yeah, Cadillac wants to try and up this tempo a little bit. See if they can't get a cheap steal, and there is one.
Swing and a miss by Hope, but caused enough havoc where Michaela Johns was able to intercept an errant pass. Michaela topside over to Emmington. Baseline drive by Little. Trying to find Christensen in the middle. Deflected, but gets it, corrals it, and puts it in. 33-31 Cadillac to a quick 4-0 start to start the fourth quarter with 5:57 to go.
Northmen led by as many as 11. 2-point game with 6 to go. This is a great one.
Lewis being harassed by Emmington over to Byers outside the three-point line. Dribbles left, kicks out to number 12, Katie Holka, but the pressure defense of Cadillac starting to ramp up a little bit. Jay got a few quick turnovers there.
The big question, Kevin, do they have the gas to finish this one? They've picked the pace up to a frenetic level, but you look over there, it is a thin bench for the Vikings. There's not a lot of bodies to come off it. Can these 5 on the floor continue to push the pace?
Kayla Johns kicks it out to Emmington, over to Sister Hope. Looks down low, not there. Ball reversal to Hannah. Hand in the passing lane by Sarah Lewis. Nice job, corralled back by Emmington. Top side, dribbles to the free throw line, over to Little in the corner. Up and in, Alexis Little. Baseline, 12-footer, little Bruce Bowen style.
Great patience by the Vikings on offense. They didn't panic. They kept running what they wanted to. Finally got a great look on the baseline against a very, very disruptive zone defense that the Northmen are running. And now Byers, the Vikings are going to get lucky here because Byers is going to claim she got bumped by Christensen. No call on that, and Byers not able to get back in bounds. Turnover to the Vikings, and now an opportunity for Cadillac, Kevin, to take their first lead of the game. No, they led 13-11.
13-11, that's right. But
first lead of the second half.
First lead of the second half, come all the way back from 11 to down, making a game of it. Emmington outside wing to Johns. Skip pass, Hannah over to Hope, over to Hannah. Dribbles the baseline, kicks it back out. Kayla Johns hesitant. Being patient with that 2-3 zone. Kayla Johns pulls it back out. 33-33, 4:25 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's all right to pull that one out right there because you want Michaela to pull the trigger on that shot, but when she feels it in rhythm. And if it's not in rhythm, you got to be patient.
In rhythm indeed.
I realize that you've never seen a shot you didn't like. You were in rhythm all the time.
I am the exception to every rule.
There is no shot clock. There is no reason not to just continue to show patience here offensively.
Yeah, especially, you're not down 11 anymore, so
right.
The sense of urgency is really gone. You can take your time and
absolutely
get the perfect shot.
Alexis Little roaming that baseline. There's
Michaela Johns.
The bank open again.
Off the high glass and in for three. The first three-pointer of the night for Cadillac puts them up by three, 36-33 with 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter.
It's a 9-0 run in this quarter, Kevin.
Megan Cope over to Anderson. Down low. Up and in. Jalen Byers doing it with the right hand on the opposite block over Christensen. Looking for the old school three-point play.
17 points on the night for junior Jalen Byers. And just when they really needed something out of her, they got it. That's a great move. Never brought it down. Never gave Christensen a chance to defend it. And that's the third on Kylie Christensen.
Can't get the three-point play to go. But nevertheless, she's been in beast mode since about mid-first quarter, doing a fine job tonight. Jalen Byers for Petoskey. Cadillac brings it over to the half court. Petoskey still in that 2-3 zone, challenging a little bit more on top.
I would expect with about a minute and a half to go, if Cadillac continues to run clock, I would expect the Northmen to come out of this zone and go back to that man-to-man.
It's a great call. I would expect the exact same thing. It's almost like you know what you're talking about, Jay.
No. Faking it.
2:55
That's
to
a
go
tough
in the fourth.
entry pass.
That is a tough entry pass.
I'm over-talking your time, sorry.
It's okay. Alexis Little tried to make that entry pass, as you mentioned, Jay, from a little far out.
Yeah,
a lot of hands down there.
Got lucky on that one. That was a perhaps unwarranted entry pass from way out, but the jump ball gives them the possession arrow.
2:50 to go in the fourth quarter, 36-35 Cadillac. Michaela looking down low for Christensen, doesn't force.
What this spreading out is doing, because they can't allow him to just stand out there and kill the clock to run the game, it's giving Christensen an opportunity down low, but this is a long entry pass to try and get it to her. Somebody's got to take this ball to the rack, and they're going to find Christensen open. If they're not going to force the 5 count. Tough shot from Johns.
Lefty layup off the mark for Michaela. Rebound to Sarah Lewis for Petoskey. 2:15 to go, down one. Anderson for three from the wing, off the mark. Emmington with the rebound. Brings it up over half court.
Good job.
Decides to slow it up.
Yep. Nothing there. We're going to get a timeout from head coach Mary Kay Johns. And I don't want this to sound critical of Michaela Johns, but that's probably not the shot Mom wants in that possession, because they're getting open looks. They've got other shooters that are open. She took a tough left-handed sort of runner along the baseline, but Cadillac's doing a great job, Kevin, of spreading that out, forcing Petoskey to come out. And Jalen Byers and Kylie Christensen are just this side of Ronda Rousey and whoever beat her up a couple weeks ago down low. They are banging down low, really trying to establish position is Kylie. And it's open, but the length of Petoskey precludes you from trying that entry pass.
Well, what they need to do is they need to take a dribble, get a little closer to that three-point line, and when the opposite wing is doubling down on Kylie, that skip pass, they've done it a few times tonight, and it's opened up a baseline drive. I'm guessing Coach Johns, Mary Kay Johns, just told them that.
Yeah, and birthday girl Alexis Little has shown an ability to knock that down. Find her and let it fly.
2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 36-35 Cadillac, and a barn burner, folks.
And if you're Petoskey here, you just want to maintain this defensive intensity. Yes, you're a point down. Yes, you need to get the ball back, but there's a lot of time on the clock here with 1:45 to go. Try to force a turnover.
Emmington over to Sister Hannah on the wing.
And now they're going man-to-man. Petoskey now picking up.
With a minute and a half to go, somebody called that 2 minutes ago. Check the tape. Alexa Little on the wing, being guarded tightly by Sarah Lewis. 32, Megan Hannah guarding Hannah very aggressively, and they got some fouls to give with only their third team foul, so Sarah Little taking a chance there, going for the slap, but that's what you want. If you don't get the steal, you're going to get a foul, and you're going to need to do that with 1:23 to go in the fourth.
I was going to say, they need to commit 4 in order to send them to the line. So they're going to want to do that a little sooner, because the last thing you want is to suddenly find yourself needing to send them to the line to get the ball back and not having the fouls on the board to do it.
And I think that's a timeout here by Coach Brian Shaw. Is probably what he's telling his girls, the exact same thing right now. And for Cadillac, you got to think ball control and ball security is the name of the game. And for Petoskey, like you mentioned, we used to call it Vegas when I was playing. You got a minute and a half to go. You need to make some fouls. It's one of the most fun times to play because you can go slap a wrist. If you get the ball, you get the ball. If they miss a call, you get the ball. I mean, 2 out of 3 things are going to happen, and 2 can be good for you.
Yep.
So fourth quarter, 36-35 Cadillac here at home, looking to go to 3-1 and extend their winning streak to 7-1 in their last 8 games. Want to mention High Point Cadillac, GMC, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire as our sponsors tonight. And if you want to be a sponsor and be part of our broadcast, you can dial 942-4225 and get all the deets. This game will be aired later tonight at 10 o'clock on My News 26.
You're probably watching this game right now at 10 o'clock on My News 26.
I think I will. Cadillac inbounds to Emmington, dribbles to the corner, not where you want to go, gets out of it with some slick moves. Back up top, picks up her dribble. Got away with it over to sister Hannah. Splits 2, bounce pass to Kylie. Brings it out, looking to kill some clock with 1:10 to go. Michaela Johns protecting the ball.
Minute to go. Northmen have got a foul. You've got a foul. Go for the steal, get the foul if you don't get the steal. And they still don't get a foul with 7 seconds to go, and they don't get the turnover. They're going to have to start actually physically grabbing people because right now the refs are allowing – you've had a few up top, reaches and slaps, and they're letting them get away with it, which is actually the opposite of what you want right now.
I'm surprised they're taking so much time to go for the steal, but we'll see what happens. Tough inbound here. Uh-oh, that could have been. Emmington picks a dribble up over to sister Hope. Hope bringing it out as a senior guard should. Over to her sister, Hannah. Nice crossover dribble. There's the steal Petoskey wanted. Byers, who else would it be? Up to Anderson. Stops and pops from free throw line extended. No good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up. I'm sorry, Byers got the rebound, puts it up. Kylie Christensen committing the foul. Byers going to go to the line shooting 2. So Petoskey very patient in their defense. Pretty much resigned to the fact that we're going to get a steal or they're going to salt the game away, one of the 2.
Yeah, and it might have been a little bit of a rush shot by Anderson, but it's tough when you've played defense for the last, 14 years, and you finally get the turnover you need down a point. You almost forget, hey, we got 40 seconds. We don't have to take a quick shot. Anderson taking maybe a little too quick a shot on that possession, but as she's done all night long, Jalen Byers, Jalen on the spot with the follow-up and goes to the line. She makes that first one, Kevin. We are knotted at 36. Timeout, Petoskey, and Jalen Byers with a chance to put her team up 1 with 37 seconds to go.
That's exactly what.
Sorry,
I was going to lead it.
You're
the color. I wanted to set you up for what's going to happen next, Jay. But I'm going to take your lead on it. That's fine. You lead me. No big deal. I'll take your pass.
I didn't mean to do
And so what Petoskey's doing right now, they're calling 2 things. Hey, if we make it, here's what we want to do. We want to put some token pressure on it to make Cadillac have a tough time bringing the ball over half court. If we miss it, we want to, crash boards and knock over the back. But if we do, hey, you could be aggressive on it because we only got 3 team fouls right now.
Yep, I was just going to say, that's actually, now it becomes a benefit.
Yeah.
Now that it's tied or maybe leading by 1, now the fact that you've only got 3 is a benefit. You can be hyper-aggressive. If you get the steal, great. If you don't, no harm done.
Cadillac, name of the game is box out, box out, box out, and ball security. When you get the ball, if you're down 1, it's even more. You have to be even more aggressive, going something to the basket. I think Coach Johns is going to dial up something to the basket. What are you pointing out to me, Jay?
I was just going to say, Kylie Christensen, by the way, Kevin, now has 4 fouls with 34 seconds left in this game.
But Cadillac's going to want to get something going to the basket if they're down 1. They might have a little more patience if Byers happens to miss this one. But she's been pretty money from the line tonight. So here we go, 34 seconds left, second free throw. Nothing but net from the PTP, or what would you expect? Jalen Byers doing it and doing it well all night long. Cadillac set to inbound the ball. Petoskey opting to fall back to their half-court defense. Cadillac down 1, 34 seconds to go. Hope Emmington brings it over the line over to Michaela Johns. Michaela crossover to her left. Dribbles jump stop. Polis outside over to Emmington. Got to get something going to the rim. Hannah dribbles out top, being harassed by Petoskey. Great defense. Hope over to Paulus. Finds Johns on the block. Lefty. No good, but we're getting a foul. 12.1 to go. Michaela Johns going to the line, shooting 2. Good patience by Cadillac. Good entry pass from the wing to Michaela. Good ball security. Way to get a shot up in a bunch of traffic.
It was a great look, and Michaela Johns got bumped on the initial catch, Kevin, and did a nice job of controlling the body and coming around with that left hand to get something up on the rim.
Jim is completely silent for that free throw. No home cooking on that roll. Just off the mark. 12.1 to go. We got a timeout, Petoskey, which should bode well for Cadillac, Jay. So here you go. 12.1 to go. Cadillac at the line shooting 1, hoping to tie the game. If they do, put yourself inside the head of Coach Johns. What do you got?
Well, Coach Johns right now is in that huddle telling her girls, listen, when Michaela makes this free throw, because first and foremost, as a coach, you are positive, right? We're not even going to address the fact, because you know if she misses it, you got to foul. Kids are going to know that. And you might mention it in passing as they break the huddle. But you're saying when she makes this, we do not want to foul. We've got 6. We got to play good defense. We got to slow them down, but we have to make sure we keep our hands to ourselves. Don't reach. Don't go after a shooter. Put a hand up. Stay on the floor. Make them take a tough shot. 12 seconds seems like an eternity, but it can be tough if you can get in their way to make them go up the floor.
Nicely done. So Michaela Johns stepped to the line with a pressure free throw here. Nothing but net. Michaela Johns ties the game at 37. Emmington on a close steal. They're going to call it Petoskey ball.
Yep. It did go off Emmington, but boy, oh boy, that's a great piece of defense. And we're going to get a timeout now. 10.7 seconds left.
Timeout, Mary Kay Johns with 10.7 to go. No doubt setting up a press. And so, yeah, they got 16 fouls. Looks like they were pretty aggressive on that inbound play right there, looking for a quick steal, get a shot up before the buzzer. So do you go for the steal? Do you lay back? What's your game plan?
Well, you're not at 37. This has been back and forth. It's yes, they trailed by 11 earlier in this game, but I don't feel like Cadillac, especially since early in the third quarter, has been, you know, the philosophy a lot of times when it's tie and you're thinking about overtime or go for the win kind of thing is if you're on the road or you're playing a hostile environment or you've struggled to even hang, you're going to go for the win. In this case, you're at home. You've played well in this second half. Overtime doesn't bother you. Overtime doesn't concern you. Now, the only concern you do have if you're Cadillac, Kylie Christensen has 4 fouls. You'd hate to see her go out early on in that overtime period, but she's a senior. You trust her to take care of business. So if I'm Coach Johns, I'm telling the girls, let's put some token pressure on, but let's force them to bring that ball up, slowly take a tough shot. Let's go to overtime. Let's get the win there.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jay. That was wonderfully done. I was thinking the exact same thing. You must be listening to me during our broadcast.
I listen to you during the broadcast. I can do that.
So here we go. Petoskey to inbound with 10.7 to go. Gets it to Anderson. A little token pressure like you mentioned. Crossover. Anderson on the drive. Stops and pops from 8. Up and in with 2.6 to go. Hits a tough leaner from 8 foot. 22 Isabel Anderson brings the ball up the length of the floor over the harassment of Hope Emmington and puts that ball in a very tough leaning shot, Jay. 1.2 to go. Cadillac has to inbound and go full court. What are we drawing up?
Well, and you'll remember, Kevin, Isabel Anderson was the player off the steal who took what we called an ill-advised early shot, almost identical to what she just knocked down. So clearly, she's the one that had the and one where she was crashing to the floor on the undercut, right? So Isabel Anderson is an athlete. That's a tough shot for me. It's not a tough shot for Isabel Anderson. That's a great bucket. And now down 2 with Cadillac. This is the difficulty.
They put a little time on the clock, 2.6.
And they should. And they should, because the timeout was called. That's a good call. I was thinking 2.5 seconds. 2.6 is what they've put back on the clock. So you're down by 2. Boy, full court with 2.6 seconds left is tough. But hey, that's enough time to actually catch, dribble, and shoot, right? There's no question about that. But you probably want to get something going toward the basket. It's tough for a player to catch coming back to the inbounder, to turn and go up the court. Set a pick, let Hope Emmington, let Alexis Little. Little's not on the floor, so we'll say Polis, get somebody curling and going back toward their basket so they can get a shot with momentum. And now Petoskey wants to talk about what they see. This is the chess match.
The gamesmanship. I love it.
That's right. This is the chess match. Coach Shaw wants to see what they're setting up. Now, the question, did Coach Johns tell them to go out and stand in some other way? Go out there and just mill about.
I don't know. There's some great basketball minds on both sides of the floor.
Don't go into your actual position. Yeah. Just pretend you're out there.
No, I like what you said there, Jay, and that's exactly what I would do if I was Coach Johns right now is, I'd have Michaela inbounding the ball, and I'd set a series of screens to try and release Hope probably down the baseline, and 2.6 seconds. If you inbound the ball somewhere in between the three-point line and the half-court line, you have a good 2 or 3 dribbles, and that puts you, in decent range, maybe 5-6 feet behind the three-point line. You'll have a chance to get the ball off.
This is likely going to be a 25 to 30 footer.
Yeah.
And that's a tough shot for any high school girls basketball player, but that's a tough shot for anybody, 25 to 30, unless you're John McMahon. But getting it with momentum, getting it going toward the basket is going to give them a lot better chance.
The other option would be...
Now, do you foul if you're Petoskey?
Well, you got 2 to give.
Do you foul as soon as the ball gets inbounded?
I don't. If I'm Petoskey, I don't. But he may. The other option you have, your Cadillac, is try your luck at some kind of full court, full length pass to get you around the other free throw line.
Michaela Johns have?
A la Christian Leitner, 1992, for the kids that weren't born yet that are watching this. Michaela Johns looking to inbound, looking for the long ball. Let it bounce. Oh. Ball goes out of bounds. They tried the leader, but
they wanted the baseball pass to Kylie Christensen, and Michaela was running out of time, trying to get it to Hannah Emmington. It's just not a good situation. So now Petoskey just needs to get this inbounded.
Inbound the ball, they do to number 32, Megan Hanna. Puts up a quick shot, goes off the head of Michaela Johns, I think.
And Cadillac went for the foul and didn't get the call. That's mildly surprising. Half a second left.
That should just about do it.
It will.
Wow. So Isabel Anderson takes the ball full court, free throw line leaner to steal the game for Petoskey, 39-37, and a great one. We'll be right back with some post-game thoughts and analysis right after this.